It is finally time to get outside in this nice weather and do some outdoor hacks and DIYs using supplies from Dollar Tree. Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Shannon from TheDailyDIYer.com, and I actually have 35 amazing outdoor hacks for you today, and we're going to dive right in, starting with solar lights and some mason jars. We're going to make some easy peasy outdoor luminaries. First, take your mason jar, remove the lid, take that inside part out and just use that ring and attach that back onto the top of your mason jar. We're next going to take our solar light and remove the bottom post of it. We're just going to need the top part. That is actually going to sit right down inside the mason jar perfectly. We're going to give these mason jars some style by using some spray paint, but you don't need just regular spray paint. You're going to need some special kind of spray paint, the see-through kind, the translucent kind, and here's a great hack for you too. If you take clear matte spray paint and spray it onto clear glass, it's actually going to give it a frosted look. I'm also using some red stained glass spray paint for this one, and the other one is a sea glass blue color. I was able to find all of these at Hobby Lobby, but if I can find them online, I'll link them down below for you to make it a little bit easier for you to find if you want to recreate this project. This is once they were completely dried. I only did one coat for each one to make sure they were still see-through. We want to be able to see that light whenever it gets dark outside. The solar lights activate and those lights turn on. Look how pretty this is. Now here's another tip, learn from my mistake. Make sure to double check your solar lights before you buy them from Dollar Tree. I had a dud. So I had to go back to Dollar Tree a different day and grab another one so I could complete this red, white, and blue pretty look of luminaries. But I did want you to see all three of these lit up so you can see the different effects. Here's another alternative to creating your own mason jar luminary. If you do not want to do any spray painting, you can grab these glass beads from Dollar Tree and just set them down on the inside. It's still going to give them a pretty color once the light turns on. And I also want to show you that these lights sit right down into the mason jar, even without the lid and ring on top. And then a great tip, don't sleep on the Dollar Tree tablecloths. They even have these cute picnic style ones for your outdoor tables whenever you have parties. And then, you know, we aren't done with the mason jars. I'm obsessed with mason jars, so the more I can use them, the better. They make great vases and a very inexpensive way to decorate your outdoor picnic tables. We're going to wash up this mason jar with soap and water because we're going to use it for food. Obviously, I think that's what they were probably intended for, but there's so many other uses. We're going to use this one as a ketchup and mustard pump. Now, Dollar Tree does have these pumps, but I'm a little bit weary of them being food safe. But I love the idea, so I found these on Amazon. I'll link them down below for you. They are food safe, and they are made for bigger and smaller mason jars. So you can even use these for the quart sizes. They have the regular sized lids on them. You just kind of put them all together, and then you'll see there is a straw on the bottom, and it is obviously way too big for the pint-sized mason jars and a little bit too short whenever you remove them all together. So we're just going to take some scissors and trim off the bottom to make it fit into the mason jar all the way to the bottom. That way we get all of the goodies that are on the inside of there and nothing goes to waste. Then, of course, all you have to do is fill your mason jars up with your condiments. So I'm going to do ketchup and mustard, but you could do mayonnaise. I would think maybe even some relish would be good in here. They are pretty big straws, so it might be worth a try. But I will say we use these all summer long. I took them outside every time we barbecued, made hot dogs, went to the bonfire, and it was just so nice to be able to keep these in the refrigerator, pop them out to the outside whenever we needed them, and it was just convenient and mess-free. Now this one comes with a little bit of a disclaimer and warning. Obviously try this at your own risk, but you can turn mason jars into the most cute little tiki torches. You can find these kits on Amazon and I'll link them down below for you. We are just going to put a wick into the little coupler at the top and then slide that down into the provided mason jar lid. Fill up your mason jar with some tiki torch fuel and then slide or twist that lid right on top and you've made your own cute little tiki torch lantern luminary for the top of your table. This works great to keep the bugs away, add a little bit of light during the nighttime. This is another one that we used all summer long. They actually last pretty long too. We use them quite a bit. But obviously you want to be very, very careful of these, especially if you have little ones or pets around. And then this set also comes with the little cone that goes over the top to put out the flame. Mason jars are great to keep your matches into, to make sure that they stay dry. So a great way to do that is just stick your matches in there and then you can get these little sticker dots that are igniters. So I'm just gonna stick this on the bottom of my mason jar and all you have to do is take out a match and strike it on the bottom of your mason jar. It keeps everything nice and together. And instead of using those boxes that could potentially get water damage and then you've ruined your matches. So a great way to keep these outside or on a porch. And now let's talk about the unfortunate problem of bugs when it comes to the outdoors. I love the warm weather. I do not like the bugs. We have wasps, we have mosquitoes, we have flies, kind of like crazy. So anything I can do to keep those at bay, I am all for, especially the natural way. So if you fill up a mason jar with some water, add some rosemary in there. You can also slice up some lemons. These are all things that the bugs do not like. So if you put that scent into the air, that kind of keeps them away. You can also squeeze some of your lemon juice down into the water, kind of stir it up, and it will emanate the smell to kind of help keep those bugs away from wherever you're sitting. It also smells really nice for you too. And then one extra little tip here is to slice up those lemons, put a few into the glass, and you can also even put a candle on top. So Dollar Tree does have floating candles. If you can't find those, you can find them on Amazon, or I had one, or actually had a set of these that I've been wanting to try and use. They are LED battery powered floating candles and they're activated by the water. So how cool would these be in a swimming pool or in a hot tub, or a kid's bath would be even cute too. And you can see they just turn off and on, they're water safe, and then just kind of add some light and ambiance to your bug repelling mixture in mason jar. So those are my mason jar outdoor hacks for you. Now let's do some planter hacks, or this one specifically. If you grab this pack, you get 3 planters in a container. Add something to weight down the bottom, like some rocks, and then you can fill them with your cutlery. Great for your outdoor barbecues. This was a really cool kind of Dollar Tree gadget find. They are for tacos, but they also work great if you flip them upside down. You can use them to put your hot dogs in. So whether you want to give one to each one of your guests or put them on a little buffet so people can kind of make their own hot dogs, kind of create a hot dog bar, these would be perfect for that. Speaking of hot dogs, go ahead and grab yourself a pack of these bamboo skewers from Dollar Tree, and we're going to use those to help make creating our hot dogs on the grill a little bit easier. So all you have to do is kind of barbecue skewer your hot dogs, one on each side, down onto the skewers. You're going to line them up, so don't do too many, but you can fit several onto these skewers. So the reason we did this is it's going to make it so much easier for us to now barbecue these hot dogs. So they transfer to the grill much more easily. They also now will flip over and not kind of roll around on you. So much easier too. So you see me now adding those hot dogs into a silver foil tray. You can get those at Dollar Tree too. They come in a pack of 2, and I have a hack for you, actually a couple kind of 2-in-1 hacks using these trays. So you're also going to need a clothespin here. And what you'll do is once you get your food into the tray, you'll flip the second tray over the top and then use your clothespin to keep that lid down. That's going to do 2 things for you. It's going to keep the bugs off your food. It's also going to trap some of that heat in there to keep your food warm. Now you could get these cute hot dog holders from Dollar Tree. You get 16 in a pack, or you can head over and grab some coffee filters. You get 100 in a pack here, and you can use those in place of those hot dog holders. Kind of acts as a little napkin, keeps your hands from getting dirty, anything getting on your hot dogs. Probably great for kids too. And that way you kind of create a napkin that doesn't get all soggy really easily. Here is another hack for you too. You can find these silver tray, muffin tin trays at Dollar Tree, and they make the perfect little condiment holder. You can put your ketchup, mustard, sauces, pickles, onions, things like that into your tray really, really easily without putting the whole container outside and wasting it or it getting warm and kind of gross. You can kind of refill this as needed. Everything's out in the open, so everybody can just kind of scoop and spoon all the toppings and condiments onto their barbecue tray. These foil trays are also great to help keep your side dishes cold. So if you grab these trays, there's 3 in this pack, so a good bargain here. You just fill them up with some ice and then put your side dish trays into these trays with the ice, and it will keep everything nice and cool and chilled for you. Ice can tend to melt really, really quickly on warm days. So if you're going to put an ice bucket outside, I would just suggest grabbing a colander along with your big bowl, and a scoop helps here too, so you keep hands out of there. But you'll put your bowl down first, your colander in second, add your ice to the inside of the colander, and then all of that excess water will kind of drip down into the bowl. And then you have nice, fresh, not really liquidy ice that you can then add your drinks into. And then just make sure to dump out any of the water in the bucket as you refill your ice. We're gonna grab another bowl from Dollar Tree and a margarita glass. I know, I love the Dollar Tree carries. These are so fun. They're thick, heavy glasses, really great quality. We're going to take our margarita glass and pour some salsa on the inside of here, and then put the salsa glass down into our bucket, add our chips around it, and we've created a little dip holder for us, which makes it easy for people to be able to kind of socialize and dip their chips as they chit chat. Or you could also add a spoon in here, that way they can kind of grab what they want and dip out the salsa onto their plate. You can also find these flag displays at Dollar Tree, but they're more than just for displaying cute flags on. You can actually put this over near your barbecue grill or your station where you keep all your food and plates and things, and add a paper towel roll onto it. It's going to keep it from flying away, and then your guests can easily grab off the paper towels that they need. Another great bug deterrent here is to grab some of these paper baking cups or cupcake liners, and use them as little lids, temporary lids for your drinks. So I have some mason jars here. You just kind of form fit them around the top of the lid, and then you can poke a hole in them and insert a straw, and now we will keep those pesky bugs out of our drinks. These plant brackets are so handy, multifunctional. I've used these so many different ways, and they are the best price at Dollar Tree. As you can see, they have a similar one at Walmart, but it's over $6. So definitely get these from Dollar Tree, the best price there. We're gonna make a plant hanger using a 4x4 post. My hubby cut it down for me so it wasn't quite so tall. And what we're gonna do is we are going to add these plant brackets at the bottom, one on each side as feet, and then we're going to add another one at the top as a hanging basket bracket. I also have to point out how amazing it is that Dollar Tree now carries decent screws. So I grabbed these construction wood screws. They're 1 1/4 inches. They seem to work great for this. You're going to just replace the screws that the brackets come with something more sturdy like these construction screws. So one thing that I will mention is that you want to put something not too heavy on the front. I had to weigh down the back foot to make sure it wouldn't fall over, because this was a pretty heavy hanging basket. Or you can counterbalance and add another hook on the other side, and then it'll balance nicely for you and won't fall over so easy. We're going to add to this plant hanger and add some potted plants to it. So I grabbed these terracotta pots from Walmart, and then I found these cool plant brackets on Amazon. So I'll link them down below for you. They have little screw holes in there, and we're just going to screw them onto this post. They are so cute and so fun, and you can take that hook off the front and just put these up and down this pole, which would be really cool too, to kind of make a vertical garden. So if you're short on space in your backyard, or you just want to make a little garden on your back patio or a balcony, this would be an amazing way to do that. Now I'm going to show you how to age your terracotta pots so they don't look brand new. I really like that aged look. It gives it a little bit more character. So what I'm doing here is I have about a gallon size bucket. I'm going to fill it up with hot water, and then taking regular salt, you can find it at Dollar Tree, we are just going to put about half of that container into the bucket, stir it up really, really well until all of that salt is dissolved. Next, you'll take your terracotta pots and then put them completely submerged down into the water. I had some in different sizes, so I was able to kind of offset and put one inside of the other. You just want to make sure that if it doesn't completely get submerged under the water, add some more water, stir it up some more to make sure that the salt all gets incorporated in there. And then what we're going to do is let this sit for 2 hours. And here they are after sitting for 2 hours. We're just gonna take them out of the water, turn them upside down, and let them dry completely. So I let mine sit overnight, and this is what they look like the next day. I was a little bit discouraged because it didn't look like it did anything, but what I found is that they just weren't dry all the way. You can see that edge, that reaction is starting to happen. So I knew we were on the right track. I just need to get my heat gun out. You could use a hair dryer too if you're in a hurry, and just go to town and it will dry it a lot quicker. And then you'll get that reactioning starting to pop up all throughout that terracotta pot. And look how beautiful these are. They give me such a high-end feel that I just like them a little bit better than the traditional terracotta pots. But it's totally up to you how you like your terracotta pots to look, depending on your decor. I just kind of like the more aged look, but again, totally up to you. But I'm super happy with the way this turned out. Somebody did say that you do want to watch because the salt can react with the soil and the roots of the plant. So if you are going to put plants in here that are live, I would maybe put a plastic container in there to kind of keep that separate from the sides of these pots. It is so easy to make your own tabletop fire pit. You just need a terracotta pot, foil, and some instant lighting charcoal briquettes for the flame. So we're going to start by using a bunch of this foil to line the inside of the terracotta pot. You do need kind of a larger size terracotta pot for this. So we're going to put 2 layers and kind of crumple it down around the edges, completely cover up the terracotta part of our pot. Next, I also took a big piece of foil, kind of crumpled it down into the bottom of the pot to help protect the bottom a little bit more too, and use it as a filler. Then you'll come in and add your charcoal bricks in there. The reason I got the instant light is just so I didn't have to use any lighter fluid. All you have to do is now light these and they will start to ignite. Another tip is to put a terracotta saucer underneath your pot to help protect your table. Now again, you do not want to use this on like a plastic tabletop. Mine is a concrete one, so it's able to be protected from the heat. Of course, again, this is do at your own risk, and be very, very careful as this is a flame, obviously, and could be dangerous. So keep little kids and pets away, but fun for older kids and definitely for adults. Now, if you go into the Dollar Tree and go into the plus section, you'll find a really cool section of different LED lights that they have. And I found this mini puck light in there. It was about $5. The cool thing is it came with a remote, so you are able to change the colors. If you can't find those at Dollar Tree, you can find something very similar at Walmart. I'll link these down below for you. And what you'll do is you'll just put it into a 5-gallon bucket. A white one is best. I got these at Walmart too, so I'll link them down below for you as well. But look how awesome this is. This would be so great for a barbecue, an outdoor party. If you love to camp, keep it in your RV or your camper and bring it out. Great for some fun ambiance. Just put a lid on there and it's ready to go. But if you like, you can even get a little bit more creative. If you have a vinyl cutting machine, you can cut out a decal to put on the front of this. You just cut it out, weed it out, put it on your bucket, press it all on there really well, and then remove that transfer tape to reveal your cool design. This also kind of doubles as a nice little side table if you want to put it next to a chair, or it's great. You could even store stuff in here, keep all of your barbecue gear in here, and then you can pull it out and have a nice little accessory for the backyard after you pull all the goodies out, and then just tuck everything back away in there and tuck it away for the next time. Here's another great idea using these 5-gallon buckets from Walmart. We're going to turn it into a side table. So I also grabbed one of these wood rounds from the crafting section. Very, very cute. And the reason I'm putting this in here is because you can use Dollar Tree rope, or it's almost a little bit cheaper if you head to Hobby Lobby and grab a big pack of it. This was $10.99, so you'd have to grab what, like 8 packs from Dollar Tree, or just buy this big thing and you'll get a little bit more. What we're going to do to make this side table is remove the handles. So if you cut through the plastic, you'll be able to pop those right off the top there. We don't need that, but we are going to come in with some hot glue and start attaching this rope bottom to top, wrapping and wrapping all the way up. And here is the topper that I'm going to use for this. Just as easy as removing the hanger that's on the back of it and setting it right on top of the bucket. And then it makes it to be like a little storage table. So double duty, put something in there for storage, and then you can also use it as a side table. Now I definitely will come back in and add some more rope. It didn't cover all the way to the top there, so we're going to add some more so it just has a more seamless look. So definitely make sure to add rope all the way up to that very top edge. Here is your little puppy moment for this video. I know you guys like the puppy pause breaks that we have. So here's Honey. This is her chair, 100% her chair. We call it the princess chair. So usually you'll find her in it. She just loves that chair, but she's a perfect accessory to help show off this side table. So hit a thumbs up button for Miss Honey. Back at Dollar Tree, I went over to the automotive section and grabbed one of these foil sunshades that you put in your windows during summertime to keep the sun reflecting off of your seats. And we're actually going to use it and cover up one of these 5-gallon buckets to turn it into a cooler. So as you can see, I've just kind of rolled this around the outside of the bucket and tucked all the excess down on the inside. And to make it hold and stay in place, I'm going to use some jute here, just tying a knot. And that makes it so that flap doesn't come back around on us. And basically we've made our own little ice bucket that you can use outside. Now, if it's a little chintzy for you, you can actually find these. They're called Cool Bucket covers on Amazon. I'll link it down below for you. I think this is pretty cool. It's the same idea, but just not quite so DIY. You just put your bucket on the inside, and then it's got a cover that goes over the top so you can open it and close it to get ice and drinks out. So I had to put this to the test. 12 hours later, I wanted to show you what this ice looked like. It had pretty much stayed. I mean, maybe like half of the ice was gone. So it does a pretty good job. I mean, after 12 hours, right? And I needed to put it up against my chintzy DIY ice bucket using the Dollar Tree sunshade. And unfortunately, that didn't hold up quite as good. As you'll see, it's just pretty much all water in there. It does keep it nice and cool for you for a few hours, but not the 12 hours like the actual cool bucket does. So again, I'll link that down below for you. A great item to keep handy for summertime and for travel. I think we all love a good pool noodle hack, and this one is super useful. So you're going to grab a pool noodle and a broom handle, and we are going to turn this pool noodle into a squeegee. Easy peasy. I mean, come on, it rhymes, so it's got to work, right? You just want to take your pool noodle, cut it in half, and then we're going to, of course, remove the sticker. You'll take your knife again and kind of cut an X shape into the middle of the pool noodle. You can use some adhesive in there too if you want, and kind of twist your broom handle down into that hole. And this works so good. It just pushes the water right off of your concrete, off of your patio. This would be so good to keep on a pool deck if you need to get some water off, make it a little bit more safe to walk on. So definitely a DIY and hack you want to try. Also grab a laundry basket from Dollar Tree for this great outdoor organization hack. I had this one, it had gotten a hole in the bottom of it. I didn't want to throw it out, so it's actually perfect for this hack. We're just gonna wind up a garden hose, and it's just gonna be a nice spot to keep it all nice and organized for you. And it's also all open and plastic, so it's going to dry for us over and over again, and also allow for that garden hose to dry. This is a hack for my gardening friends out there. If you grab a kind of medium-sized planter from Dollar Tree and fill it with sand, it's a great way to keep your gardening tools like shovels and things like that in this container to help sharpen them and clean them in between uses. This is a great garden hack that I've used year after year. If you get one of these little trolleys, plant trolleys from Dollar Tree, they have wheels on the bottom. They move around for you. If you take them out to the garden with you, like I have a sidewalk in front of my flower beds, it actually rolls around for you if you put anything heavy that you need to move around on it. So it kind of acts like a little dolly for it, and it kind of helps your back so you're not constantly picking it up, moving it around. And that's what I do as I go around my garden beds planting. These toolboxes you can find in the hardware section at Dollar Tree. They're not just for tools. You can also store things in them like your gardening seeds. It keeps the bugs out, it keeps the rodents out, and it keeps everything nice and dry so you can use this and pull out the seeds when you need it. And luckily Dollar Tree even has their own seed section. you can make your own beautiful luminary hanging chandelier for your garden with the help of one of these hanging baskets from Dollar Tree. We're going to start by removing the chains that are on here. They have little clips on the end so they come off super easy. Don't throw those away. Hang on to those. So we're going to flip this right side up and start adding these really pretty crystals onto this basket. Now you can find these on Amazon. I'll link them down below for you. You see they have that little hook on the end there. We're going to need some pliers because we want to clamp that hook onto the wires of this basket so that they don't fly off with the wind. So now we have all our crystals on there. You can see I put one on each one of the wires. We can come back in and re-add the chain back to the top of this. Well, it's actually the bottom of this. You just want to evenly space them out, put those clips back on there, and we're going to add a solar light to the top of this. So remove the bottom, definitely check and make sure it tests and works before you put it on there. As you saw earlier, some of those Dollar Tree solar lights don't like to work. It was kind of falling through the hole, so I just came in with some floral wire and kind of crisscrossed it over the hole to make the hole smaller, and that way the solar light would just sit right on top. I absolutely love the Dollar Tree now carries larger planters because even though they're in the plus section and usually $3 or $5, it's still so much cheaper than you can get at Walmart or any hardware store. So don't skip out on the plus section for planters. It's still going to save you some money. We're going to come in with this $3 planter and we're just going to paint it. You don't have to paint it if you don't want to, or sometimes you can get the colors that you're looking for. But if you can't, just grab out your spray paint and give your planter a couple coats. Now, the bad side about these planters being so big is then it also takes a lot of dirt or filler to fill them up. So to save us a little money here, we're going to grab a Dollar Tree pool noodle and just cut it down into little sections and use that as filler in the inside the bottom of our planter. And then on top of that, you can add your soil so that way you don't have to use quite so much soil and save some money. I decided to try a blackberry bush in this big planter. It didn't work out very well, so I'm not sure I would suggest a blackberry bush for this, but we gave it a go. I planted that down in there, and then to add some trellises to the top, which was hopefully going to help tame this blackberry bush, I grabbed some of these extra long barbecue skewers from Dollar Tree, and we're going to use that and stick several of those around the outside of the pot, kind of gather them around at the top, add a rubber band to the top and some string to hold it all together, and that's a quick and easy way to make your own DIY trellis. So I started by adding a rubber band to the top first, but obviously that is going to eventually dry rot and it will pop and then it'll come apart. So once I got the rubber band on there to hold everything together, then I came in with some jute twine that is going to last much longer for us and tied that around the top. I'll have 2 more videos popping up on your screen. Go ahead, pick your favorite, head on over for more Dollar Tree DIYs. If you're new, subscribe, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you in the next one. Have a creative day.